Hi, everybody. My name is Coffee Brown, and this channel is called Coffee Spills the Tea. And today is Thursday, May 22nd, 2025. I did not put on any makeup today. I did not do anything today because I'm just going to kind of talk with you about this whole me being on a diet thing. I am exhausted. And it's only not only, it has been 3 weeks. I'm getting to the end of week three of what I would call a lifestyle adjustment. Now, I just want to kind of talk with you for anybody that's like out here and either you're saying, I want to start on my weight loss journey, or maybe you're already on it and you're struggling like I am. So I said, you know what? I just need to make a video. Maybe I just need to make a video because today I almost felt like I had been broken at the end of my workout. So I started on May 4th of 2025. And this, I think I've had like six significant diets, or I would say lifestyle adjustments in my lifetime, because I've been able to like keep it off for a while. And then inevitably I roll back to bad habits and stop exercising. And then I end up where I'm at right now. So I'm just kind of giving myself a sigh because today was just so bad. And just letting people know, like all you women out there, if you're like, you know what, I'm really trying. Um, I just the struggle is real. The struggle is real. So part of the reason why I was like, it's time for me to get into shape was because number one, I just wasn't feeling very healthy. And I was like, I'm not feeling healthy. I have gained, you know how they say like every time you like go on when you lose a lot of weight, when you bring gain it back, you gain it back plus more. So the last time that I had done this was during COVID, and I had lost about just over 80 pounds, just over 80 pounds. So I'm sure all of that has come back plus more because the clothes that I wore like or have been wearing since that time have been bigger than the clothes that I'd worn from before. And of course, as you get older and your metabolism is slowing because you get things like hormonal changes, you get muscle loss, just physical inactivity in general, it I'm sure that's contributing to my girth of spreadage over time. And so, you know, well, ideally, if you're younger, it's good to get this off when you're younger and then just continue to have healthy eating habits and healthy fitness habits and just staying moderately active. But I've never had that. I've always been like a bigger kid, stocky, like that kind of stuff. So it's always been a struggle for me. Um, I went through some periods where I was thinner. I have had some eating disorders and exercise disorders over the years because my mom has always been very obsessed with having skinny children. And so, like, and that's part of the reason why, but part of it is just me, just having just mentally something just not quite right about body issues. And I can definitely own up to that. Um, so over the years I have this yo-yo dieted up and come back down, and then been back up and then been down and then back up and been back down. Like I said, like 5 times I believe I have done 5 major like adjustments. And the last one, I really think I would have gone the distance, except that I injured myself because I also am big on pushing myself. And I injured my kneecap and I fractured my kneecap. And then about 2 weeks after that, my gym closed from COVID. And it was kind of weird because everybody was getting vaccinated at that point. And I only work out in the night. I don't like to work out during the day. So if I can't get in there before 4 a.m., then it's just not going to happen. It's just not. I don't like to work out around other people. I don't like people looking at me. I don't like any of that stuff. And I don't want to have to wait for machines, and I don't want to have to deal with like, is it clean or not clean? I'm very specific about those kinds of things. So, um, when my gym closed, they just said, we're just going to open from like, I think like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or something like that. And I was just like, it's never going to happen. And so, in between my knee fracture, which took a long time to heal, and then just the gym just going to like 12-hour opens, I was just like, no thanks. And so the weight just started kind of creeping back on, and then bad habits, bad eating habits, and just physical inactivity in general. I really need a gym. I'm not the kind of person that can like grab weights and just work out from home. I kind of need that gym mentality, and I need the equipment they have to offer. I just cannot do it on my own. And I need the mentality of the other people around me. Like, I don't know, I would say partly for judging, like probably judging me, and then partly for like helping me as well and giving me the you can do this kind of thing. And I've had that coming into the gym and just felt really um supported by some of the people. They see me coming in and they're like, you can do it. And I'm like, okay. And I'm always very thankful when I see those kinds of people that as I'm coming in, they're giving me encouraging words. Because I'm pretty sure that they can see like what I look like, and they're just thinking like, yeah, she's really committing. And especially when they see me coming in every day. I go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And right now, all I can do is get on the treadmill and walk. That's all I can do. And I'll tell you, my first time on the treadmill, I could only go like 1.5 miles per hour. That's it. I was huffing, I was puffing. I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to see God. I, I think I did. I think I at least saw one of the three of the Trinity. I just, I was just like knocked out. I had my water, and I'm just on the treadmill, just walking. And now I'm up to the point where I'm like not interval, but I've been kind of like bringing up the intensity of the walk, and I'm trying to be smarter about it and not just really go full blown because I am older now. My joints are not going to have the same type of strength that they had when I was younger. So probably the most I'll be able to do is a slow jog. Okay. And that will have to be my intervals when I get to the point where I can do intervals, which will probably be in a couple of weeks. Um, in a couple of weeks, I'll probably start working with weights as well, because I'll be able to like kind of get my energy level up. And at that point, because right now I get up at 3:15 in the morning, so I can get to the gym by about 3:45. So that's how long it takes me to get up, get dressed, get ready, some hygiene. I just really don't like to walk into the gym with no hygiene. That's just really okay. Then clean a treadmill. I bring my own Lysol, and they have their own like spray. And so I have my own personal spray bottle that I got from Amazon a long time ago, an empty new one, and I put their spray inside of my spray bottle, and I keep it in my bag because I don't want to touch spray bottles over and over again because I don't know what people do with their hands at the gym. I know this is kind of nuts because it's like so unsanitary at the gym, and so why, if I feel so uncomfortable with sanitation, am I going to the gym? Well, I have my Lysol spray bottle. It takes at least 5 minutes for you to be able to disinfect a machine or anything that you touch. So I always start with the Lysol spray and I spray everything liberally. And then I take their spray and I spray on top of that. And I let that machine sit for 5 minutes. And in that 5 minutes, I can stretch, run to the bathroom, wash my hands, etc. Then when I come back out, I grab paper towels. I do not touch anything with my hands. And I proceed over to the treadmill and wipe it down. And then I get on that treadmill, and for a nonstop hour, I'm just working out, just on the treadmill and just willing myself to make it through and just listening to whatever music is going to motivate me, which at this point in my life is Beyonce. I just like her music. Um, and sometimes AC/DC. Um, and sometimes Jamiroquai or something like that. It's got to be Beyonce and something else because all the music that I have for Beyonce doesn't equal up to an hour on my, and so I have to put in like 20 minutes of something someplace. So sometimes I play like Guns N' Roses or Bon Jovi or AC/DC or Jamiroquai or today I played some Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell. Um it's whatever kind of floats my boat at the time. Um yeah, so that's how I do my hour plus a 5 minute cool down. So I do that 4 days a week. Um, and I'm just exhausted and just getting up so early. Once I start with the weight training, I'll be getting up at 3 a.m. so I can get to the gym by no later than I would say 3:30. Yeah, something like 3:30. And then I can start doing weights first. Because let me just tell you, and here's the sad part, I was a personal trainer. I had my own fitness studio for a long time. Or not a long time, but long enough. But I've been in the fitness industry for like a good 20 years. So I know what I need to do in order to get my weight down, and I know what I need to do to not get to this point. But I also didn't give a crap after a while, and that's how I ended up where I'm at right now. But if you start with weights first and then move the cardio, you're less likely to be tired when you get to the cardio. You could still do your cardio, but cardio takes so much out of you that if you start with cardio first and then you move to weights, you may not be able to lift as heavy as you need to. And so I need to be able to get the lifting out of the way. And I'll do that for 15 or 20 minutes and just do like maybe two, well, not like, but I'll do like 2 days of upper body, 2 days of lower body. So like maybe Monday, Thursday, upper body, and then Tuesday, Friday will be lower body. And then from there, I can go over to my treadmill and get on the treadmill. And at that point, I'm going to drop it down to 45 minutes of interval training. And that should hopefully help me to kind of kickstart and get myself to that next level. So I'm waiting a month for that to happen. And so sometime around June 3rd, June 4th, which I think June 3rd is on a Tuesday. So June 4th is on a Wednesday. So so June 5th. So that week, June 5th, I'll probably start on weight training and adding the weight training and getting up at 3 a.m. instead of 3:15. But for me, I'm just like, I'm just tired. I'm just in so much pain right now. It's not even funny. But I'm gonna keep up with it. And I think I started off saying like why I wanted to lose the weight. And one was because I needed to feel healthy. But the other thing is that if I'm gonna be moving overseas, I don't want to be the fattest person in the village, like everyone else is like, and then here I am, like, wide load coming through. It's just not gonna happen. So, and then along those lines, I don't want to get on a plane and can't fit into like the seat. And so, and then have to purchase two seats or something like that. I'd rather not do that. So I definitely am thinking ahead as far as like I need to feel comfortable on the plane. I don't want to like make the people around me feel less comfortable. And then of course once I get there, I don't want to have to be sticking out and looking like I just like am not fit, you know. So that is another reason for me to take the weight down. Another thing is that I'm tired of not being able to fit clothes that I want to be able to wear. So yeah, these are comfortable, like because it's cold outside. But let's just face it, when I move overseas, I'm gonna most likely want another wardrobe because they just don't dress as drably or as they dress differently um over there. And so I've seen how people are. People are dressed up nicely, people are always wearing nice clothes, people aren't walking around with Birkenstocks and flip-flops and all that stuff or sandals. Like it's just not the same type of thing. So I need to be able to buy clothes before I head out, or maybe because if the tariffs are still going on, I might wait till I get there and then buy them there. Um, and then I need to be able to fit their sizes. And so, you know how they always say, "Oh yeah, I wear a size like 6 European." That's like, wow, that's so tiny. Because 6 European is is six size 6 American. They're two different sizes. Like size 6 European is like a size 2 American or something like that. So, um, so yeah, like I just yeah. And then the other thing is that I just know that once I get overseas and I'm living overseas, most likely I'm gonna have to be much more physically active in general just to get around to the store or head over and like run errands or whatever. Yeah, if I get what I want, and I'm able to like get a farm, which is what I really want to do, then that means I'm gonna have to take care of things at that farm. Like the animals that I plan on having, I would need to take care of. I want to have bees. I'm gonna take care of that. It'd be nice to have an olive grove. I would need to have to take care of that. I would love to have like some grapevines. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take care of that. I would love to have like a quarter of my couple of acres, which I'd like to have. Like to have a quarter that 1 acre focused on growing vegetables. So I'm gonna have to have the stamina for that. So yeah, like all of these are the reason why I'm just like I gotta do this. I have to do it right. I'm not doing any kind of like weight loss supplements. Well, actually, I take that back. I do have like some supplements that I use. I'm just gonna kind of like just throw them out there. But these are just supplements that I can get from the store that are like vitamin stuff that help with certain things. Like I want to take my collagen. I'm gonna do collagen. What else did I have? I have a couple things here. So I have to take those, and so but I'm not going to do any kind of like Ozempic or anything like that. Which somebody's like, yeah, you could do Ozempic because you probably have the excuse for blah blah. No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to depend on some kind of drug that I would most likely have to stay on for the rest of my life in order to keep my weight down. I'd rather just focus on being healthy and physically active and just make sure that I'm just always like keeping my physical activity levels high so I don't have to worry about like, okay, if I stop, is it all going to come back? Because I'm telling you, and I said the last time it was going to be my last time doing it. Only this time it's really going to be my last time because I'm not going to break my kneecap. Not going to do it. I was really pushing myself, like really pushing myself with these intense interval training sessions where I'd get on the treadmill for like an hour and I would just do like these intervals where I'd run up to 8 miles per hour at the fastest speed and then take it down to like 3.5 miles per hour for recovery. And I was just like going up and down and figuring and like always pushing myself to get to that fastest interval I could possibly do. And so no wonder that I broke my kneecap or fractured my kneecap. I felt it pop. And then I kept going because I didn't know what was going on. And it wasn't until the next day that I was just like, oh, okay. I gotta go see someone and found out that I fractured my kneecap. And even the next day I didn't go right away. I was just like, yeah, let me go to the gym because I need to work out for it. So I really like messed up my kneecap because I was still trying to run on it. And that's just like, okay, that's not gonna happen. Then I was like, okay, then I'll get on a bicycle. And that was not gonna happen. And I was like, okay, well, what can I do? And then here I am trying to like do all this stuff when I had a fractured kneecap. And that's no good. So I've learned my lesson. But I definitely just want to kind of put it out there. I finally did a before picture, a few pictures because I was like, yeah, I have to do it. Um, just so I have it, so I can have this kind of documentation of what I look like. Um, and I also did a weigh-in. Now I have a scale. I don't know how much I weigh. I don't want to know because that will freak me out. And as I said, I've had a number of eating disorders. So I don't want to like fall into a bad habit. I've had like any number of combinations of eating disorder issues that I'm trying not to, with everything in me, fall back on. So I have been just making sure that I work out, make sure I eat right, make sure that I stay regular with going to the gym every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And then on the weekends, I'm still walking because I'm walking my dogs, and I'll usually walk them for an hour to an hour and a half per day. So that's why I feel like this is going to be good for me. But then again, like I say, let me go back to my scale. I don't know what my start weight is, but I have a scale where it actually like when I'm gonna start, I can zero out the scale. And then when I step on the scale, it'll say day one and it'll say zero. And then the next time I get on the scale, like when I get on the scale again, it'll be in 30 days. When I get on the scale, it'll say day 30, and then it will either show a plus as in I have gained this much weight, or it'll show a minus as in I have lost this much weight. So it'll be like, say I gained weight, it'll say plus 10.0 pounds or something like that. And then I'll be like, oh, or it might say like minus 10.0 pounds if I lost weight. And then each time I jump on the scale, it's going to tell me how much did I lose from the last time I got on the scale. And then it's going to tell me how much weight I've lost overall. So if I continue to do it for a year, and then I weigh myself on day 365, it'll say, well, since my last weigh in, I have gained or lost this much weight. And since the first day, day one, I have lost this much weight overall. So it helps kind of keep me motivated to keep me like moving forward. It helps me to continue with long-term goals. And so if you are like me and like looking at numbers freak you out, you might want to look for a scale that doesn't tell you like what your weight is, but just if you have gained or lost the weight and then how much. So I do a weekly picture as well of my treadmill. And so at the end of each week, I take a picture of what my accomplishments were for like that particular workout because I tend to try to push it just a tiny bit with doing something a little different each week. And I like to see if I have actually made any changes that have made me a little faster or like I've lost a few or I've burned a few extra calories than normal, or something like that. Keeping in mind that I know that the machines are very general and that everyone's metabolisms and calorie loss and whatever are going to be different, but I just want to kind of make those mental notes. But all these are the ways that I work to keep myself going so that I know that I have goals and that I have been making progress and that I'm able to measure progress and then just kind of making plans on what am I going to do now? What am I going to do to incorporate in the future or incorporate training in the future into what I'm doing right now? Also, making sure that I have my food. And my mom just sent me like a whole bunch of water when I told her. I was like, I don't like this water from the tap, but I'm just gonna drink the water from the tap. So she sent me a bunch of water. Make sure you're drinking your water. Um, and my eating, I don't eat after 5 p.m. I don't know how other people feel about it, but I don't want anything in my stomach digesting when I'm trying to get to sleep when my metabolism is slowest. So I try to eat my final meal by like 3 p.m. And then if I have to have something closer to 5, I'll have like a little piece of an apple, like a Macintosh apple or something, just a little piece, and then call it a day. And just not have anything except water until the next day. When I finish up my workout, I come back and get ready. I walk the dogs, come back, I feed them, and then I feed myself. And by that time, it's like going on 8 o'clock in the morning. So between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., I can have my meals. I tend to focus on having like, something again light for breakfast, having a heavier lunch, and maybe just a tiny little snack if necessary before I shut down at 5 p.m. So this is uh, this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been up to. I will weigh in on most likely 6 um like June 13th, something like that. And the reason why is because the whole first week, the scale that I had, I didn't have batteries. And because I want a month to go by before weigh-ins, I don't like weighing myself every day because I think your body weight fluctuates up and down, up and down, up and down. And that to me is too much of a distraction. I'd like to have a month go by. So I will have worked out for 5 weeks before I get on the scale and do my first weigh-in. And then I'll just continue to do weigh-ins every single month and report back to you. And hopefully I will have positive things to say, although I don't see how I could not have lost weight because I don't eat any more fattening foods and more chips. I eat things that are mostly protein dense, not as much calorie dense, and but healthy, definitely healthy. All right. So if you are at that point where you're trying to figure it out and decide, like, am I ready? Am I not ready? There's no time like the present. You don't have to wait. Like, there are some people that are like, well, once I've lost weight, I'll go to the gym and start working out. The gym is for a place where you go to work out to lose weight. So don't make that your excuse. Don't kind of excuse yourself out of going to the gym. Find a way. My way was I get up early. I go into the gym. I deal with all my germ phobias. I do what I need to do. I wash my hands on the way out the door, not touching anything. And then I have Purell in my purse so that when I get to my car, before I open up anything, I Purell my hands and then I'm good to go. I can go back home and then get myself ready and then walk the dogs, then come back and then start my day. So I have put myself on a plan. And I hope that if you are in that boat where you're just like, look, I just want to get fitter. And you don't have to be like, I need to lose X amount of weight or I need to lose weight. You just be like, look, I just want to be healthier. And if you are, just know that coffee's here for you because coffee's going through it. Coffee's going through some things to get this weight off and be healthier. So that when coffee leaves the country, coffee's healthy, coffee's fit, coffee's happy, coffee can walk around without like falling down and like been like, I can't move because I just walked a quarter block and that's too much. I'm not gonna go through that. No way. So you can do this. You can do this. Just it's a lifestyle adjustment. It's not a diet. It is a lifestyle adjustment. So when you make your lifestyle adjustment, just say, well, hey, what can I live with? Like, what can I do that I can maintain? And start small. Like the last time I did it, when I lost the 80 or so pounds, I started really small. I started with 3 days a week of going to the gym. And then I went to 4 days a week. And then I was like adjusting my food and everything. So, I mean, well, actually, the food came first, then we'll start going to the gym. But make the small changes and kind of like propel yourself into like kind of falling into this idea of wellness and fitness and health and nutrition and all that. Just put together a plan. I will tell you one thing, and then I'm gonna end this, but I make sure that I don't have an excuse to not go. So right now, my clothes for tomorrow are already, when I go to the gym in the morning, my clothes are all ready to go. My shoes are ready to go. I have a little note card with all the little things I need to make sure that I have on my way out. I make sure all my phones are charged up, my chargers are my my earbuds are all charged up. I have two sets of earbuds. I make sure my towel's in there, my spray bottle, my Purell, like everything is ready to go. And the last thing I do before I go to bed is put my bag that has all of my gym clothes and everything like in such a place that I can't like as soon as I get downstairs, that's that's what I see when I get ready to go. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna grab that bag. Everything's already inside of it. I just need to grab my phones and bloop bloop and I'm out the door. So I don't I don't have any excuse not to go. My alarms are all preset. I set two alarms so that if I miss the first one, then I can make the second one. I make sure I get to bed with enough time so that I can get a night of sleep. And I don't want to self-sabotage. So don't self-sabotage. Even like getting nutrition because like trying to work out on a totally empty stomach, I think is not a good idea. You need to have your caloric intake so that you have enough calories to be able to do the workout. So I have Gatorade that I keep in the refrigerator, and I can grab that Gatorade on my way to getting ready to go. I have to have that, so that quick bunch of carbs that really metabolize fast and gets into my bloodstream so that by the time I leave out, those carbs are going to start kicking in and it's going to give me the energy I need in order to get through my workout. All of that stuff is all in place. I don't have an excuse to not go to the gym. So I would like for you, if you're like, I don't know how to get started, just start. Put together a plan. Don't deviate from it. Start small. Throw out all the junky food that you have. Just get rid of it. And then just resolve to keep going no matter what, because it's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. Like today, I just shaking my head and I was just saying out loud, I can't do this. I can't do this. I think I said it 3 times. And then when I was saying it the third time, I felt like, like Judas Iscariot. Like when Jesus said, "Hey, you're going to deny me 3 times." And then the third time he felt so ashamed. And I just said the 3 times, I can't do this. And then the second time, I can't do this. And the third time I said I can't do this. And I said, you know what? I feel so ashamed. I'm like 10, 15 minutes away from the end of this workout. And here I am saying to myself, I can't do this. I can do this. I finished my workout. So you can too. I think you can too. All right. So I just want to kind of give everybody an update. What's going on with me? What's going on with my workouts? What can you do to get yourself started if you haven't gotten yourself started? You're trying to figure it out. Follow my lead. All right. So, again, this is Coffee Brown. I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, and I'm so tired. I can't even I'm so sore. Like, subscribe, and put a comment down there. Are you working out? Are you trying to exercise and get your weight down? Are you on this health kick like I am? Like, what's working for you or what's not working for you that you would like to share to see if somebody might have suggestions. Like that would be something. Yeah, and please share this video with other Black women out there as well that are in, that might need the inspiration. Maybe we can all inspire each other. All right. Well, y'all have a good day. I will definitely have something for this weekend. I am putting together something, but we'll see. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.